This is part 2 of a 3-part series on how I define success on the field and at work. Part 1 was on hustle. This is part 2 on respect others. Now, respect is in pretty short supply these days. The media tends to highlight the loudest, the angriest, and most provocative in politics and entertainment and in sports. It's rare to see a story about a quiet leader or the people that are basically going about humbly making an impact in their world. Now, on our team, Alex was the smallest player. He was also the best fielder and the best hitter. But what I remember most about Alex was how he treated everybody around him. Whenever I spoke to him as the coach, he was always intently listening and was quick with a yes, sir. He was ready to please. When teammates were having a tough day or a tough game, Alex was always there with encouragement and offered a positive comment. He would even chat up opposing runners as he covered second base. I never heard him complain about a bad call, about playing time, or mistakes made by his teammates. He always expressed his appreciation to the mom who was bringing the drinks and the snacks after the game, and at the end of the season, he even thanked me for coaching him. Even if he had been the least talented player out there, I would still want Alex on my team every time. His level of respect for others made everybody want to be around him. So, how do we respect others? Not everybody is going to be your favorite person. Some will really grate on your nerves, especially when you have to be around them regularly. I found it really helps to assume that you can learn something from every person that you meet. Being naturally curious doesn't hurt either. Try to find out something about their story. As you understand them better, you usually find more grace for them. They might have come from or are currently in some difficult circumstances that would help explain it. The next time you find yourself at a boring gathering, look for somebody to blossom. By that I mean be interested. Find out something that makes them tick. The best way to be interesting is to be interested, as my wife used to tell our kids as they were growing up. What is more flattering than people to ask you questions about you? Have some good questions ready. Questions like, what led you to do what you do? Or have there been influential people that have helped you along the way? Or maybe even, what would you do differently if you could go back and do it? Then really listen. Don't be looking past them at people in the background, but focus on them. Another way to show respect is to take constructive criticism well. Even if it's mean-spirited, you can ask yourself, is there any truth in this? And then chew up the grapes and spit out the seeds. Take the truth and make changes for the better. It becomes an easier discussion when you make it about the issue and not about you. Quit taking it personally. Showing gratitude has the potential to make somebody's day as well as make your own as well. I feel better after I've thanked somebody. When was the last time you even wrote a handwritten note? The comments I receive from the recipients of my handwritten notes keep me motivated to keep writing them. I have stationery and stamps in my desk drawer so I can be ready at any point. You can make a big impact with a small gesture. Lastly, when you're about to be with somebody who you know to be difficult and know how to push your buttons, try this. Forgive them in advance. Brant Hansen, who wrote the book Unoffendable, suggests this. It's a way not to expect the worst, but to not be surprised and caught off guard either. When you forgive them even before you're with them, you're better prepared not to react poorly. You can say to yourself, well, there they go, but I've already let that go. I'm extending grace to them and moving on. This will diffuse your disdain and help you act rather than react, and also help you live with fewer regrets. And I think we all would prefer to do that. Although showing respect is not going to get you a lot of attention, it will display your character in a way that's in short supply today. In the end, you will set yourself apart. All that is required is some thought and effort. The benefits are significant one person at a time. By the way, Alex is in ministry today on a college campus. Watch for part 3, Have Fun, which is my biggest challenge.